In this video, we are going to analyze passage 1 from the real exam, and let's get started. Bodie, America's most famous ghost town. Okay, it's already skewed. As usual, what I do is I read, right? I do this every time. I read 1 or 2 paragraphs. Not necessarily in passage 1, but it's a good idea, 1 or 2 paragraphs. But we pay attention to the tone of the whole passage. What's that? And we'll see. If it's too difficult, we keep reading. If it's kind of easier, we can jump question from question to answers and find the right answer. Okay, let's go. I hope you can see. So, if you pick inside one of the broken down buildings in Bodie, California, you might see dust covered furniture, mold muffin, whatever. Okay. So I'm kind of visualizing what will I see. Okay. So visualizing is also important. Situated in the sagebrush covered valley in the eastern foothills, we are given location. Sierra Nevada mountain range, the old gold mining town once busy with life, is now ghost town, probably the most famous one in America. What's the town name? Bodie. You know, why don't we search Bodie, right? Bodie. Search Bodie. What's Bodie? I have seen this town in movies, I guess. It's an old town, by the way. It looks interesting, by the way, wow. Now we have more imagination of what's coast town. All right. So we have location. Bodie's short life began 70s. We have some history, right? Some history. You see, I'm kind of writing down what's going on, right? Some history. We have location. And we have, what's that? We have description. Description. You see, I'm writing sentence functions. Okay, short life, miners arrived in town and hopes of finding gold and becoming wealthy. But the 40s, the gold was gone and the last mine closed. Today, not many structures remain, but yes, there is about 20% of the number that stood in the 70s. The town had up to inhabitants. That's good writing task one, right? Good reporting. Located in, let's answer again. We have read located in Nevada. Located in Nevada, okay. Located in the Sierra Nevada. Situated in a sage whatever valley. Located in a valley in eastern foothills of Sierra Nevada mountain range. So this is mountain range, which means the answer should be, so it's mountains round and it's in the middle. We call it a valley, all right? You see, I'm not even looking at the keywords. I just look at the question and search for the right answer, right? Sounds quite logical, but it's not easy. 70s attracted people who wanted to be, to get rich. No, we don't have information about it. We'll keep reading. Maybe you have some true or false. Wind, snow, no. In the 1870s, the dirty miners were built, began producing large pieces of gold, large quantities, standard company. was one of the first factories in America to extract remaining traces of gold using electricity. Chemicals processing was done in 3 stages. This first stage. Okay, it's kind of processing thing, right, going on and explaining me states that I have no interest whatsoever. Yeah. All right. Second stage. Okay, this is the second stage. It's the first stage. Okay, whatever. When California Park Department took over, it began program Arrest the Decay, maintaining the rundown structures just as if it in the time department. Okay, according to whatever, but the maintenance mechanic, greatest enemies of preservation are wind, which can gust up 100 miles an hour on nearby mountains. That's kind of some American accent we have, and snow, which average 50 year. Okay, so the first thing is wind, the next one that destroys is snow. I think that's the answer for number 8. When snow gets into building, it sits and soaks into the floors, and condition of the floors gets worse, and they often rot. You know, rot. Probably know how rot. Currently, a team of 3 or 4 workers spend 6 months each year strengthening walls, repairing roofs, replacing smashed windows, and they rebuild some things. Town similar already disappeared. Yeah, whatever. It's a preservation paragraph. You know, we don't like wine is the most difficult factors, but the perception have to deal with. Yes, it's the most difficult factor. Yes, first is wine takes on slow. Okay, 1940s. Do you have info about 1940s? I think I missed a couple of answers, not more, right? I think I'm going well. Now has about original building. Ooh. Gold has gone, yes, 1940s. 70s, what happened in 70s? Okay, when miners arrived town, gold and becoming wealthy. People who wanted to be miners in order to get rich. When person miners arrived town, folks finding gold and becoming wealthy. Wanted to be wealthy in order to get rich. No, wealthy and rich are synonyms, so that's why it should be miners. Miners. They wanted to extract, and there are no other options here. American body shop life began at when prospective miners arrived. Okay, gold was gone, now has about original building. 20% of original building. I can write 20, that's one number, and I can write percent. It's also a good answer. I don't think I can write percent symbol here because it says it's 20%. The extraction of smaller amounts of gold required. It's about first stage. Before first stage, okay. Began large pieces of gold, large quantities. Using electricity. I think amounts of gold required electricity, yes. The answer is here. I don't think I have to explain what's going on. I think you are following, so it should be electricity. Electricity. What's required to extract gold? Electricity. Chemical processing involved first stage. Rinsed mercury covered sheets of. Okay, mercury covered sheets of. Workers washed ground all copper sheets covered with gold gravity mercury. Sheets of copper. I don't even know what's copper. I don't have to know. I kind of know it's kind of material, you know. Sheets of copper. Mixture format into bar, second stage. Okay, we have second stage, silver, or with texture like. It looks like what? That's the question. I'm kind of recreating the question. Design obtain any remaining gold, silver particles to one now consists of sand. Soaked into water. Should be here. The metals. Okay. Minerals were taken out and caught in containers filled with. The containers filled with what? There was something in containers into form that could be trapped by trays containing small pieces of zinc. Is the answer? I'm not sure for number 6. In second stage, device obtain any remaining gold and silver particles. The one now consistency of sand was soaked into water ground. Textile like, so it should be comparison to what? I think sand should be the answer. Because sand is the only answer. Like they say particles look like sand. That's it. That was quite straightforward. Let's answer the rest, and that's it. We don't even have to read options anymore. The maintenance of team in Bodie was unable to locate Jeffrey's pine that settlers had first used. Okay, Jeffrey's. Okay, what's Jeffrey's? Unable to locate Jeffrey's pine. So Jeffrey's here. Team rebuilt walls using one pine similar to native Jeffrey's pine that was originally used. What? Spillers and his team rebuilt walls using pine similar to native Jeffrey's pine that was originally used. But they built similar. Unable to locate? I think they located it. Uh, did they locate it? They used it, a pine that resembles the original. So I think the answer should be no or false. Lack of funding has caused other towns like Bodie to disappear. Nearby towns similar to Bodie have already disappeared because for one reason as they weren't maintained. Lack of funding. They weren't maintained, but does maintained mean funding? There was no attention, right? We need funding. Funding. Is it funding that destroyed them? But it was more like maintain, but not. Is it funding? Am I overthinking or not? I think number 9 is false because they use a pine native that similar to pine that was originally used. If they couldn't locate, how can they do this thing, right? It's quite logical. I don't think I'm doing assumptions. Lack of funding has caused other towns like but disappear. Lack of funding, can we say true or not given? It's either true or not given. It's not false. I wouldn't say like it can be false as well. Lack of funding, it's not lack of funding, it's lack of attention. But do we have any information about funding? Not really. Can attention mean funding? Yes and no. So that's why I would choose not given for this question. You might argue, but I would choose not given. Many people left Bodie when wild animals stopped leaving their homes. California grants squirrels tunnel into. So these are the animals. It's kind of interesting paragraph. Uh-huh. Yeah, they start living in houses, trillions of microbes. Okay. Yeah, toxic mercury, byproduct of mining. Yes, exactly. One microparticle is found that. Um, So many bacteria in the soil, where thousands of those towns stand, their lives rise all of market. Many people left Bodie when wild animals start living in their homes. I'm not sure for number 10 now. I will say why. I'll tell you why number 10 is more confusing. I'm not reading about number 10, but I'm reading something not given, I guess. They left when wild animals started living in their homes. No, they left, but what was the reason? Because of animals? California ground squirrel. But they left, yes, but they left, then animals came. Not animals came and they left. But am I saying no? But many people left Bodie when wild animals started living in their homes. I don't think that was the reason, but nor does it say this was the reason. People just left, then animals came, right? So is it false or not given? It should be false or not given. But if it is not given, it affects our not given in the first place. I think it's not. That's what I know. People just left, but do we know the reason? No. Acidic rainforest soil tend to contain more and more microbes than soils like Bodie. Acidic rainforest. Okay, we need comparison to acidic rainforest soil. Here it says Bodie contain up to twice as many bacteria, roughly 20 square meter, as do acidic rainforest. Okay, so twice more, which means this should be false. Now we have false. So it's not false, you know. If 11 was false, the way the false answer given should look like 12. 12 was clear false, right? So 11 was so vague that I choose not given, right? If I say false, that would be my assumption. I can debate about this with anyone. Some tourists doubt that items in Bodie were really used by people who lived there. Okay. Um, is it is this the end? Yeah, this is the end. One more paragraph. More interest tourists. Okay. Powerful draw because they perceive as a okay. Are a powerful draw because they are perceived as authentic. Actual abandoned person, more or less, they were left, and thereafter, once they were. Says that, okay. Visitors examine the article closely and try to determine, or asking questions like, was this all really left here? Was it all whatever? Mistake, it says, for anyone to think that blades, tablets, items. Yes, they have doubt. That's why they ask questions. This is true answer, right? So that makes our eight stronger. You know, some answers are given easily, and when you want to choose true, look at other true answers you chose, the way they are given. If this passage was so difficult and we don't have vague options and things like that, we would have more not given choices. I think I'm going to make a separate video about this. So these are the answers. I hope they are clear. Lack of funding, I didn't choose, I choose not given because it wasn't lack of funding, it was lack of maintenance, attention. Nothing about funding, right? Are we sure? Yes, I am sure. Make many people left. I made sure. Okay, many people left, but this one was like, okay. Again, this was not given, so that's what I chose. I hope the answers are clear. Very logical answers. And as always, I hope you learned something from the video. Make sure you write down the things and any objections if you have.